Hey there, my friends. Pete Griffin here with the Griffin Lending team from Movement Mortgage. Good to hopefully chat with some of you guys. Wow, what is going on with this market, right? And what is going on in the news with mortgages and recessions and interest rates and housing? A lot of things that you see in the news are going to be reports of what has happened. So being on the inside here with seeing things real time that are going to get reported tomorrow for what's happening with interest rates and home prices, etc. Just trying to give you a little heads up so you can better prepare yourself, or if you're a realtor, you can prepare your clients for what's ahead. So this is a lot of crystal ball stuff. So obviously some things that are predictive. Obviously, it's my best guess, best professional guess, and some things could be a little bit off as far as timing. But here's where we're at today. We had the incredible movement in the mortgage rates yesterday in reaction to yet another record with inflation being reported Friday. So we had quite significant increase in mortgage rates yesterday, and that held through today. Probably get reported tonight, tomorrow, maybe Thursday by the time the news gets to it. What's going to happen in the meantime is the Washington Post leaked an article or leaked some information. We believe it's a leak from what the Fed's going to do tomorrow, and that's raise hike rates about 0.75%, 1% tomorrow during their meetings. This is kind of what we were hoping on the mortgage side to see, a surprise to the market. Although the markets don't like surprises, that would be something that really is like when your 7-year-old is sick and doesn't want to take the medicine, and you finally get him to take the medicine. You know that that's the start of a healing process. And so the rate hike tomorrow is essentially the Fed taking the medicine that they got to deal with inflation. I think the market's going to like that with respect to mortgages, and we're probably going to see some nice improvements happening later this week. With what have we experienced in the last couple of days. So nothing spectacular. The big thing that's going to happen is inflation. Hopefully we've seen the peak, and we'll start to see it stabilize and then perhaps start to descend as they continue to take steps to help curb inflation. The other thing that's going to happen is if you count the months, we're coming up on the second quarter of the year here at the end of June. We had a first quarter decline in GDP. We expect that that's probably going to happen into the second quarter. This Fed hike is probably going to push that if it wasn't already there, and that by definition puts us into recession. Historically, recessions last about 7 to 10 months. Every time since the Fed's been in place, there's a couple anomalies to that. But as I've been saying for quite some time, generally the pace that inflation comes and rises is the pace that it descends. So here's the crystal ball part. I suspect that we'll start to see inflation stabilize. We'll see the rates continue to go up, the Fed rate continue to go up. As a response of inflation going down, we're going to see mortgage rates going down. Now, when the recession hits the news, because they won't start reporting that until mid-July, when the recession hits the news, then you're going to start seeing the panic in the press, and you're going to hear folks saying, oh no, the sky is falling. It's going to be preceding a pretty significant election year. And so a lot of folks from the political parties will either try to make things perfect by November or keep the sky falling, through November. Either way, the timing is going to be right around that time when we start pulling out of this recession. So if we're 6 months in June, obviously you can do the math and figure out where this might end September, October, as we've been saying in our updates over the last couple months. So right on track for what we've been expecting. I think everybody that buys a house, probably March through August, maybe even into September, is probably going to be refinancing that mortgage. Hopefully sometime in the next 12 months. That's kind of my expectation from the folks with 1,000-pound brains that I listen to. I think we'll probably see the refinances hopefully start, December of this year, even at the best case, and then if not, into the winter. So those of you that are buying a house, get in the fight, buy this summer, because it might be a little bit of a reprieve from this insane seller's market where you're getting 10, 15 people out or more making offers on a home. You might get a little bit of folks that are spooked by the press and by, oh no, the sky's falling, recession. And you may have a little bit of stabilizing in prices, a little bit less competition, but take advantage of it, because we still have an inventory shortage of over 4 million homes. So it'll turn around once we get through this healing phase of the economy, and then everybody's going to be back flooding the market again. So expect prices to keep going up in the housing market for 3 to 5 years until we have enough houses to meet the demand. Maybe a little bit of a cool off this summer, but what that means to me is buy low. Get in while it's cool. Maybe you have a little less competition. Maybe you can start to bargain a little bit with the sellers instead of just, having to waive everything and pay, $1 million over sales price or list price. So hopefully this will be helpful. Please reach out to me if you got questions, pete.griffin@movement.com or 540-834-8826, and look forward to hearing from you all soon. Take care.